Hello everyone, hope you're doing well today. I am going to be planting Sunpatiens. I had to think about what the name of those things are, that's bad. But they are Sunpatiens. I have New Guinea impatiens in my front garden, but on the side driveway rather, I'm going to be planting Sunpatiens. This first section that I'm planting, I'm going to be planting coral Sunpatiens because I have some lantana in there that has like this rust color with the center that is like an orangey yellow, so I thought the coral would match that. Since that's already in the bed, I might as well match the color scheme. And I want to do pink along the other side, so let me show you. You saw me line up the Sunpatiens along this first bed, but let me show you where I'm going to put the second bunch when I get that. I don't have them yet, but when I get them, they will be lined up on the other side of the driveway. So let's take a look at that. Okay guys, so first, as you saw at the beginning of the video, I lined up the coral along this side. That's going to be so pretty and really bright and colorful. But then as I swing around over here, I think I'm going to have to take some things out and redo some things in this bed. I'll probably take out the hydrangeas, this one and that one, and plant something that is going to be green year-round. But in the meantime, for this season, right along this front, as you can see, that is where from this first hydrangea across in front of the azalea to the second hydrangea is where the pink is going to be. So that is what my plan is. I won't be planting those today because they were out of the pink, but they had plenty of this coral. So like I said, I decided I would match the color scheme that's already in this bed. So let's get the coral Sunpatiens planted, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Guys, I have these new gardening gloves that I've been trying out, and so far I'm really liking them. So let me tell you a little bit more about these gloves. Hi guys, Taffany here from Tika's Gardens, and I want to talk to you today about the most important tool in my gardening arsenal, and that is gardening gloves. I've learned since moving to Texas that gardening barehanded can be a risk. I have been bitten by spiders. I have been bitten by ants. I have been had irritation on my skin from rubbing up against something that I'm not sure what it was. So I always make sure I wear long sleeves to protect me from the mosquitoes mostly, and I wear gardening gloves. But gardening gloves have always been a challenge for me because I go through them so quickly. I'm rough on gardening gloves. So I typically have gloves that last about 2 weeks. By that point, they look like they're 10 years old. And I have been on the hunt for a good pair of gardening gloves that's not expensive. And just when I was about to give up, literally, DLY Brands reached out to me and asked me if they could send me a pair of their gardening gloves, and I happily accepted. So they sent me this wonderful pair of gloves. Their gloves come in this cute little package, and when you open the package, you will get the gloves of whatever choice you have. They come in multiple different colors. They come in multiple different sizes. They come in small, medium, large, and extra large. And again, like I said, they come in multiple different colors. Very pretty patterns. these are the gloves that I have. I got the yellow, and they are sunflowers. And of course, yellow, I love yellow for the garden. But I have to say, first impressions, these gloves, I really, really like the way they feel. The fabric here is a really nice thick fabric. You can see the fabric right there. It's a really nice thick fabric, and it's made from cowhide leather. It's a soft, flexible leather, and it is also really cushiony. It's like, I love the cushion. I just keep squeezing on it. The cushion is on the top and on the bottom. But the thing about the fabric, it's a thick fabric, but it's not too thick. And when I put the gloves on, I have a size medium. They fit just right. I could go with a medium or a large. Either size would do good for me. And you see how far they go on my arms. And they also have this band at the top of each one. And you can pull this band to tighten the gloves if needed so that nothing gets in the top. But they're cushiony. They're thick and sturdy. They have the fingertips on 3 of the fingers so that you can touch your cell phone or to have a good grip. I'm able to move my hands comfortably in the gloves. So these gloves, so far, first impressions, I really, really like. They feel like high quality gloves at an affordable price. But the question is, will they hold up in Tika's gardens? And that we will find out. I'm going to be using my gloves over the next week, and then I will come back and give you my opinion, my breakdown, and let you see how they held up while I garden. And I'm going to do everything like I normally do. I'm not going to baby them or be gentle. We're gonna put them through the true gardening test the way I normally garden. And you'll see in a week what they look like, and I'll tell you what I think. It has been a whole week since I received and started using my gloves from DLY brand, and this is what they look like after a week. I have literally used them every day for trimming, pruning, edging, hauling compost, hauling garden soil, planting in pots, planting in ground. After the rains, when it's muddy, I have done practically everything in these gloves. I have used them every day, and I really like them, and I am pleasantly surprised to be able to say that. I was expecting that maybe they would start tearing or peeling here in the leather fabric. Nothing of the sort. It is still very soft, very cushiony, in spite of how dirty it is, which shows how much I've used them. They feel so nice. They still have their cushion. There's no tears, there's no rips in the leather or in the fabric. I did not have dirt in my nails that somehow magically get through the gloves, which I have experienced many times with other gloves. So I recommend these gloves, and they are going to become a permanent part of my gardening arsenal. So if you are interested in receiving your DLY brand gloves, you can do so by clicking on the link below in the description box. It will take you directly to their Amazon page. And before you check out, guys, make sure you use the exclusive discount code that is listed below to receive 10% off on your order. I really like these gloves, and I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to try them, and they are going to be permanent in my garden. So guys, don't forget, take advantage of that discount code to get 10% off on your pair of DLY brand gloves. The code is valid for 2 weeks, so take advantage of it now. Now let's get back to gardening. Well, guys, we have the Sunpatiens in, and I actually think this is going to be a very pretty little bed. I have never planted an orange bed before, so I will see how it looks, but I'm imagining that it's going to be very lovely and very lively with the oranges because the daylilies are an orange. The lantana have that rust orange color to them, and then to have this big pop of Sunpatiens in orange, I think it's going to be really nice. And it's always good to do something different that you've not done before. But now we're going to turn and look at this bed that I'm going to start working on here soon. I've got mulch laid down in this corner of the bed. This was the original bed, and where the mulch stops, that's where the bed stopped. And then the rest was grass. And this fall, November, I turned the rest into a flower bed. And so I have work to do there, so that's why I didn't carry the mulch on. But for this section, I wanted to go ahead and get it mulched and, get it looking nice and fresh and crisp for the new season. So it's ready to go. I might stick a couple of annuals in there, but it may not be necessary. But both beds for right now are done. Well, guys, thank you for gardening with me. And I am done for today, so I will see you in the next video.